What is up, everyone? You will not believe the buzzer beater we just had just now. Ray will chime in, but I was starting the show by myself because Ray had some stuff happening and had to get some stuff in order. That is why you see that was why you saw the shared screen. I was going to jump right into it. I'm glad you were able to hit before the timer. Funny thing is, I started talking and then realized I didn't hit go live yet. And so I had to start the whole thing over. And then you jumped in right at the last second. How's it going?
Yeah, good. How are you?
Pretty good.
I didn't realize you posted the link earlier. So I was waiting for the link to come through.
Oh.
All good.
Well, here we are. What a start to the show. Tomas, welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. I'm trying to remember all the things we talked about that we said we were going to talk about. I know an email went out this morning, and we're going to recap the office hours. We're going to talk about some new features on Add More Funds for Sales Grid, percentage change, why we're moving to Discord, and obviously moment giveaways. And we also have a couple packs to open, so we look forward to doing those items here today.
For sure. Yeah, a lot to break down in the office hours. I think there's some interesting pieces in there. Looks like we're going to get a hollow icon drop, which is exciting.
Yeah, they said within the next 2 weeks, right?
Yeah. I don't know about you, but the first thing I thought of when I saw that was, man, what does that do to the Luca? Are people going to start offloading Lucas to pay for that hollow icon drop? Mm. Yeah.
It's a good question.
It's right in the wheelhouse there. So I expect that moment to go down in value again.
Yeah. What did bottom out at, like 1,600 and change?
Yeah, it's like 1649 or something like that. It was not fun, not a fun slide. Yesterday it popped a little bit. Saw it at 26 for a little while, based on the alerts that came out through AMF.
Gotcha. So, do you want to share? I mean, we could look it up if you don't want to share, but is that good news for you? Or are you still like?
I'm still
right
underwater.
Yeah. Oof, that's always tough, man. I haven't bit the bullet yet because I wanted to see how the rest of the Cool Cats challenge would shake out and whether I was going to continue, because I'm already underwater on a lot of the Cool Cat moments from before challenges ruined moment values afterwards. But
so if a hollow icon drop's coming, that probably means we don't see a Cool Cats in the next couple of weeks. You think it delays it, or do you think that we get 2 fairly large drops in the next 2 weeks?
I wonder if it'll be so. Like, there's always been those rumors about how the rest of the Cool Cats moments were going to come on, and I wonder what that means for in terms of collectors. So maybe, like, I wonder if it'll be like past challenge. Like, there's that rumor of, like, if you completed past challenges, you'll get a Cool Cats moment. But I feel like that's kind of weird to do it that way, and there hasn't really been any clarity on exactly how they're going to do it. So Chris F said Cool Cats had a great last 7 days or so. I'm talking about like the original Cool Cats that I paid like $400 a piece for. Yeah, so like I'm still underwater on those. I got some Ish Smith MGLEs that are taking drawing down my my total ROI per se, but I think I'm still in a good spot overall with what I've pumped in there.
Yeah.
So yeah,
we'll take a look.
Go ahead.
I don't know what he means by has had a good or great last 7 days or so. So when we get into the tools, we'll have to look at that and see what exactly he means by that.
We'll have to pull that back up for sure. So first of all, for those that are joining, if you're new to the show, we just kind of talk Top Shot, see where the comments, see where it goes. We don't have a special guest this week, perhaps next week. And the best thing you can do for us is like and subscribe, help us grow our YouTube channel. That'll help us be able to do more giveaways and build our set of community tools You can also support directly on the website. That helps us build our tools. We pump money back into the site and we reinvest it, by either paying for premium charts like we have, or by giving the devs a little bit of money to get some projects over the line for certain things. So lots of stuff that will help us. And by subscribing and liking our content on YouTube, you help us potentially be able to monetize our content, which helps bring additional revenue to continue creating tools. I wanted to jump into the office hours first, because that came out 4/9. L Dumbo is the guy who always summarizes these and puts together this Word doc. So that's where I'm getting this information from. It's a summary from a community member. So I apologize if anything, I didn't listen. I didn't take these notes. These are notes by a third party, El Dumbo. He usually does a very good job of summarizing the content that went out. So why don't we start there? So we already talked about it, on track for a legendary pack within a couple weeks, and then another holo icon drop. It mentions that it'll only be available for genuine users based on a snapshot of accounts, rather than announcing and giving user times to get there. It sounds like it's possible that snapshot's already been made. So what that means, like how many moments do you have to own, how many packs, how many challenges, like there's no real clarity about what that means.
Yeah, and they were even more vague about it, because they said, well, the moment restrictions may or may not have been a part of that snapshot. So it was really odd to read that and see exactly what. It was almost impossible to figure out what kind of path they're taking to determine this. And it really opened the door for the rest of the office hours was about, flippers and bots and things like that, which still perplexes me a little bit, why he's worried so much about that. It's like he's trying to build a community rather than host a marketplace. And I get that. He's said that before, but I mean, it's a good time to mention that we're moving to Discord, because the NBA Top Shot Discord, it's a cesspool. I mean, it's like the worst place on earth. And that doesn't seem like, he's doing a good job at building a community, if that's what he's trying to do. I don't know your opinion on that.
Yeah, so it's tough. Like, obviously I come from like the community building landscape. Like that's kind of been my bread and butter over the past, 10, 15 years in marketing, is the ability to, build that community up and build around those members. And I think, it's fair. It's hard to do when you have a transactional item, such as like a moment, right? And so like, how do you balance building the community and building, a marketplace? Because at the end of the day, people want to collect stuff that's worth money. You're not like, I mean, there's certain things that people collect that are not worth money potentially. However, knowing it has some sort of value, whether monetary or some other form, I think, we're past the point of community because of how many users there are at this point. Like, I mean, there's debate about users' accounts, like hundreds of thousands of accounts, but how many unique users? And I think they're working to consolidate that. I do think finding things that help both the community and the marketplace and making that a priority, which it looks like they are doing with like the bots and multiple accounts. I think that is a great first step of providing value to the market as well as to the community, because it solves two problems, right? It solves those issues of pack drops going to people with multiple accounts, and it also provides this good feeling to the community that they're addressing issues that people are worried about. And in the beginning, let's remember, it wasn't illegal. Like, you could have multiple accounts. They made that announcement. I want to say they made that announcement the first week of February. That's going based off memory, so that could be wrong. But
yeah, I think
for whatever reason,
the deadline was March 1st. I think the deadline was March 1st to gift all your moments from your duplicate accounts back to your main, which was another wild thing.
Yeah, but remember, like that was within the rules of their community. There was nothing wrong with doing that in the beginning. Why it needed a month, I guess maybe some accounts had thousands, but like remember, like that whale shark had 2 accounts that was always at the top of the leaderboard in the beginning. Why there were 2 separate accounts, or what the advantage to 2 separate accounts were? Because in the beginning you could buy multiple packs. There wasn't, as far as I'm aware, you could buy multiple packs and there wasn't like a limit. So why you needed to have multiples, maybe it was like one was like this is my bunker, this is my holding, like I'm never going to lose these. And then the other ones were, I'll potentially sell these for liquidity later. Maybe that was the reason. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, and I mean, a lot of the things that they've done with the purchase restrictions and things like that have only incentivized multi-accounting. But I think in the beginning it wasn't necessarily a problem with their I don't know how to say this, it was more of a problem with their ability to act on stuff. They weren't scaled up. They didn't have the support they needed to actually do it the right way. So they threw a bunch of things at the wall and tried to see what stuck.
Yeah, and in the beginning you could complete multiple challenges, and I think that was like one account. Like if you have multiples of moments, you got multiple reward pieces. That's since changed. So a lot of stuff is moving, a lot of stuff is changing. So but back to your question about like building for the community or building for the market, I think you have to figure out. It's almost like a Venn diagram of, in my opinion, this is
his point. There is that with multiple accounts, you could get multiple challenge rewards. So once they took that away, you could then use multiple accounts to get multiple Lucas, for example, if that's what you needed to do. So that's a good point.
Gotcha. Yeah. And I like the idea of you can only get one reward, because like to me, like that's the point of a challenge, is you get one, you don't get multiple.
And but you're trying to, there's got to be scarcity too, right? So you don't want it. You want there to be the possibility that instead of 5,000 Lucas, there's only 34, 64 or whatever it is. It's another leg to the game that makes it pretty cool.
Yeah, for sure. And like what I was gonna say is like when it comes down to like how you make your decisions for marketplace or community, I think like it is like a Venn diagram. You get your 2 circles. What's good for the market? What's good for the community? And your top priority are the things that overlap, and ironing out and figuring out what's good for each and what's good for both, and focus on the things that are good for both. If you're truly worried about community, build the market to support the community, not go against it.
I don't want to put you on the hot seat, but how do you feel like they're doing in that regard, as somebody who's been pretty successful in building communities?
Well, I mean, I would say they've been far more successful at building a community than I ever have. I mean,
is it a community, or are they grasping at straws to make it a community?
So I think in the beginning it was a community, right? Like back before the boom, it was definitely a community. And so Pete, he has his club shot tonight. I can't remember what time. I want to say it's like 8 p.m. tonight Eastern. Yeah. 8 Eastern tonight. And they have, a lot of whales and a lot of guys on there, and they're talking, their whole conversation tonight is State of the Union of Top Shot. So I will definitely be tuning in later tonight, as long as I get my wife's permission to be on the computer. I want to make that clear if you're listening, Lauren. But
we're going to set the bar for the community mentions. So you got to,
every time you hear the word community, take a shot and see if you can make it till 8 p.m. Pete. No, but I will say, like in the beginning, I think they had a much more tight-knit community, right? Like they were there because they were believers. They were there. They weren't there for the money. They were there for the concept. Now, I hate to put like this like annotation, but like Bale's tweet mid-January changed the whole landscape of Top Shot. And then for the next month and a half, things got a little crazy and the bull market just ran it up. And now what we're seeing is we're starting to see it settle back down to where not quite at the same level before that run up on, I think it was February 22nd, was like a huge run up. But I think we're starting to see it consolidate a little bit, and it'll come out of this stronger. So if you bought like from February 22nd to the end of February, you are probably sitting on a huge loss. But I think it's just interesting to see like how this is going to turn into a community. I mean, they have a huge Discord, right? But how many people are there for like knowing when packs drop versus like chatting and building friendships? And I think that's one of the cool things that I will say about AMF that we've been able to do is like real life friendships have been like made out of our community. And granted, we're a little bit smaller and it's really started taking off. And I think one thing that will help us is moving to Discord. I know somebody said they liked our move to Discord. We hope to have that finalized by the end of this month, but there's a lot of things that need to happen in terms of features and support. And what I'm going to do is for those listening, I am going to drop a Discord link right now since you are listening, and you can join ahead of time before we've announced it to everyone. We've announced it to supporters and VIPs. We've announced it to our Slack channel. But if you're not in either, you can go ahead and join with this link here. And that'll get you to the AMF Discord. We're starting to build up the functionality, the bots, like all that kind of stuff. So, stay tuned
Good bots,
for
though,
enhancements.
Not fraudulent bots. These are good bots.
Yes. Like the Slack bots that give you the price alerts and
not going to steal your packs.
Good clarification. So
make sure you have an avatar when you get there too. It's going to be a problem.
The avatar police will come and hunt you down. We talked a lot. We're going to talk and go through, some more of this office hours and go through it. Gifting is back. And there was a note that gifting was abused by a lot of bad actors. And so I think they spent some time reinventing it. And I think what they were talking about is the people who had multiple accounts were purchasing things and then transferring them to themselves. What's not clear is I know like Live Token created a tool where you could see like gifting moments and stuff, but like that's a little bit blurry with, these old accounts. My earbud just dropped right out of my ear. With these accounts consolidating to one account. So I think it'll be interesting to kind of see how that plays out. I don't think you can go on Live Token and accuse these people of multiple accounts because some of them are big accounts, but there are some that, are probably in that realm of multi-accounters. But so I guess without further ado, why don't we jump into some new tools? Because I know Chris, we pushed a live update like 5 minutes before the show, and it is now live on addmorefunds.com. And Sonia mentioned, another Discord. Let's be fair. We've had our Slack community for like 3-4 years now. We decided to move to Discord because of everyone else having a Discord. We felt it was easier to make that transition. Slack used to be where all the DFS chats were, and then Discord slowly gained popularity. And we just felt this was a good time to make the jump over. More user role features. The ability to mute annoying people is probably the number one feature I'm excited about personally. But
I'm not so excited about that. I might top the list in being muted. I'm not sure. I don't think I'll beat Zig, but there's not a whole lot of serious chat out of me. So, but that's okay. Sonia, I'd encourage you to try it. We could use the female voice in there a little bit more. I think we have a couple, but I think we need more of that.
I shared your screen. I thought I was sharing mine, and I was like, wait, why is this in light mode? My screen is in dark mode. What is going on? That green on white is like,
I got the hard to see, feedback from Plunge that dark mode isn't good while you're sharing your screen. So I'm just listening to community feedback.
Plunge father. That's right. Oh man. Good stuff.
Actually, you know what? I'll do it this way. Go Cool Cats. Last 7 days. Yeah, some of these have had a pretty good run the last 7 days, haven't they? Unfortunately, all of mine are
24. They're down.
Yeah. Interesting. So you can see what I did there is I just pulled in all the cool cats, and we've got the new column here, the new columns, 24 hours and 7 days. On average, looks like the collection's up 9% over the last week, but down 10% yesterday.
So I guess that, and so what that means is it's looking back 24 hours and saying, oh, it's down 10% from where it was 24 hours ago, but it's up 9% from where it was a week ago. So that just further shows that I think it was Alexander Chump was on Plunge Father's show like a week ago and talking about technical analysis. And I'm still too worried about diving too much into technical analysis in a market that isn't mature or, efficient yet. But what that means is like it's slowly like the gaps are closing to where like it's either gonna break out or tank again. If technical analysis is to be expected in this market. But as always, you just have to remember this is not financial advice.
Yes. So somebody asked if it was a good time to buy cool cats right now, and that's the first thing that came to mind is we can't really tell you that. All we can tell you is what the market looks like, what the individual moments look like. You can see where my alerts are set, and that's why we got to be careful, right? Because somebody posted in the chat that, hey, Cool Cats had a good run the last week, and based on what I've been looking at inside the Cool Cats collection, you can see that a bunch of my alerts are tripped down low down here. I've been hyper focused in this, bottom performing region over the last week, trying to finish up the Cool Cats 3. And it's
so you didn't complete the challenge, you waited.
No, I waited, yeah.
What is so go up, can you filter down to just the CC3 challenge? I'm curious what the so like up at the top you can do multiple filters here. So you can filter by expired challenges, and then obviously he has Cool Cat selected, but that's fine for this example. It's down to $152.
Yeah. So I can actually cancel.
Can you do the challenge reward? Can you also add the challenge reward up top for the badges?
Well, it's not going to be part of. It's an and.
Not part of the Cool Cats 3. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's take this off. Bring them all in. The reward was a Jokic, right?
Yeah, so that's what, 180?
Pretty steady, 180.
So 180 plus the 150, that puts it at like 330 something to complete the challenge.
Yeah.
I think I paid like 525. So
yeah.
Rewards are challenges are still minus EV at this point.
That was my theory going in. So now I've got 4 of the commons. I still need the shy. I'm a little bit dapper poor right now. Just shy. Oh, I don't know. A few bucks shy of the SGA.
Yeah. And so like for me on the challenge, it's so tough. Like what the right answer is on the challenges. I don't know. I think eventually it'll normalize to where challenges become plus EV, but like the higher end challenges are definitely worth it. Like I think we saw like the hollow challenge. While you have this graph up, something else I want to note is we changed our tabs. Instead of 5-day, it's now 7-day to match the 7-day we're doing within the grids. We just thought 24 hours, 7 days was like the better approach. And we've seen that kind of normalize in other communities with the 7-day versus 5 days. And so we made that tweak to provide that kind of flexibility. But something else that's new, now you see Explorer sales. So now we have 2 grids. And so what the sales grid does is the sales grid brings up all the sales moments that have happened. And it's a very similar grid, challenges, tags, badges, all that good stuff move over with it. And so what it does is allows you to still see your custom tags, still see all these filters, but now we're also showing you the 24 hours sold average price, the number and the amount sold, the 7-day in the overall. But if you click view sales on one of these, let's look at one of these with, which one did you need?
I need the shy.
So let's look at the sales for the Shy. So when you click view sales on the left. If you click view sales, this takes you to a view that shows you every sale that has ever happened for that moment. And it takes a minute to load because we're literally in some instances loading 10 to 15,000 transactions. We're going to work on making this faster, but we load up the picture in the top left, the name, the stuff like that. There's also a link that shows you up at the top. It shows you how many are listed and what the low ask is. And that takes you right to Top Shot in case you want to purchase it. But you're able to see some sales transactions and serial numbers. So you can look at like below certain serial transactions. Somebody's calling me out for how I pronounce it. It's pronounced Shay.
Whatever. People.
Sorry, Brett.
Shay. Should be Shy. I might have to get at him on Twitter.
Shy guy.
Oh well.
So these are new features, and we're looking to expand on this. But now you have the sales grid of who bought, who sold, and so what he's doing now is he's looking at how many under the serial number 150 sold. But if you wanted to see a particular serial number, you could change that greater than, less than to an equal sign, and you could look at just a particular. So no
69 has diamond hands.
But you could view the history of a specific serial if you wanted to see, who the buyers and sellers were of that serial over time. Brett, don't worry about it. We are terrible at pronouncing names, and we will pronounce many more wrong in our time frame. Just say SGA, problem solved.
Got it. SGA.
That stands for Shy, right? Shy Guy Alexander.
I'm the guy in Discord that's gonna, when you guys are using these 3-letter acronyms for basketball players, I'm gonna be the guy that has to shyly ask who you're talking about. I had to do it. I know Fred VanVleet, but I think it was Dante DiVincenzo. I had to ask earlier this year. Called myself out as a fish.
I'm terrible at names. Like I'll admit that.
It's chai tea, right? Chai?
Yeah, it's chai tea. But let's.
Or is it kai?
Oh man, we're about to go down a rabbit hole into like the whole English language, aren't we?
We're teaching Roham how to engage with the community.
Brett, please post your cheat sheet of 3-digit acronyms of player names into the NBA Slack chat for sure.
Gilgis, LBJ, that's easy. So Brett has a great name for Discord. You're going to be a fan favorite, Brett Fishbin. I really hope that's your real name, and I hope that takes off. You might be a mod by the end of the year.
Just based on his name alone, no merit.
Head gup.
Okay, so where were we? We were talking about the new tools. So yeah, we have the sales grid. Clearly, Ray does not have his browser notification set to on, and he's getting the alerts on the website for some of his price alerts. These price alerts that you get in Slack will make its way to Discord. And that's once we have that feature and functionality to sync up Discord with our user roles, that's when the Slack chat is likely going to slowly fade away into the distance. You want to jump back to the Explorer real quick? I think so. Like part of the reason, and something that I was looking at is like this 24-hour and 7-day. So we see plus 7%, plus 5%, but that's for all. So if you filter to, let's say we filter to the base set, like from the dropdown of set name, if we just do base set and we do series 2. Yeah, so you can see the base set overall is down, but series 2 are those like more entry level moments that are available for lower dollar amounts. So we can still see the market over 7 days and 5 days is still trending in a downwards manner for some of the most affordable moments in this. What are you applying the tag? Oh, you're taking some tags off. So yeah, like all this filtering, all this stuff is just to give you a better landscape of the market to be able to see these types of things. And so like when you look at the market as a whole, it looks like it's, oh, it's trending upwards, but those are the more higher item things. But I will say those higher item moments, the higher priced item moments are more likely to be bought by long-term holders and potentially whales or sharks in the marketplace. So there's still that idea that this has longevity just because the higher price moments are up overall from lowest ask. Now there are less listed for that. So like if you went and looked at, some other variation of this, you might see a difference. What did you filter else by? What metallic gold?
So this is Series 1 metallic gold.
So it's about pretty even over the last like week or so. There hasn't been as much decrease. So you're seeing those higher end moments. And that might be more of that might just be like an effect more than like a causation type thing there, right? Like it's like the folks that are paying, hundreds of dollars or thousands of dollars for moments are probably looking to hold them for a while. They're probably not looking to flip them. I did notice like an interesting thing in the sales grid. I can't remember which moment it was. I want to say it was like a Giannis moment.
ABC.
Where it was like, yeah, ABC, where it was like, where you saw the same serial transacted 4 times within like 2 hours. And it was like $100 bump, $100 bump, $100 bump. But it was also like 1,100. 11 or 1,200, 1,300. And so like when you get into 5%, they're really only making like $50 for every transaction there. So it was interesting to watch that kind of market activity on those higher price moments for sure.
Yeah, so many moments there. It'd be hard to recreate that, but really the 1 day and the 7-day averages is really a strong tool. Somebody asked earlier if it was a good time to buy cool cats. I obviously can't tell you that, but when you're looking through, so I'm pretty focused on Series 1 MGLE right now. I'd like to increase my holdings there. I like to look at, what's down over the past 24 hours and 7 days, and then see if I can figure out if there's a reason why. And that's where the Discord comes into play. The Slack currently, but will be the Discord, right? Because I don't know a whole lot about the NBA and the current events that are going on that might be making these things happen. But there are a lot of sharp people in there, people that are following this, on a daily basis, that hourly basis, and on some cases like Peter. But you can figure out, why is this stuff happening? And to me, that's how you're going to figure out if it's a good buy or not.
Yeah, and I think like if you start the conversation around what am I interested in? What, like, if it became worthless tomorrow, what would I be okay holding because I just enjoy it? I just like it. Or like it's my favorite player, it's my favorite play. And I think really focusing in on what you like, if you're entering this market to flip and make money, you might get burned. Like you could simply get burned, especially if you're trying to do it in the short term. Like long term, like what does that really mean? Is it 6 months, a year, 5 years, 10 years? Like, 20 years from now, if Top Shot's still around, which hopefully it is, but if in, 50 years, 20, 50 years, Top Shot's still around, how do people react to seeing base set 2 moments versus base set 1? And Mike talked about this last week on our show of, those series 1 moments might, those are never again, but eventually series 2 are going to be never again. And will series 3 be the ones where they break into circulation count of like 50,000, 100,000 serials versus like we saw it peaked at 35,000, but back in January, it was peaked at like 12,000, then it went to 15,000, then it went to 35,000. So it's really hard to say how people will view these 20 years from now. Like slowly but surely, maybe I buy up all the Isaiah Robies and no one else owns any of them but me.
Corner of the market.
I don't think I will, because I see Osimo has his jersey number listed for like $99,000, and I could never come to purchase that. But so some people are saying they're looking for integration into actual games, etc. I'm not a big like mobile game player, but I do know Hardcourt. Like we're expecting an announcement on Hardcourt. I think sometime this week. I'm trying to.
I can't remember exactly when they said.
If there's.
So is that going to be a so rare type game?
No, it's going to be like more like an arcade style game, like and moments are not necessary to play, but can enhance your experience, is everything I've heard.
Okay, so it's going to be like a. Now my mind went blank, like a Roblox or something like that. It's just some game you can go out and play, and having the moments will be a boost for you.
Oh, she's talking about I'm talking attending games. So like I think that would be really cool utility. Like either you get a special moment from that game that only people who attend the game can go, but I also like the reverse side of if you have all the starters as moments, you could like burn those moments for like a special VIP package or something, or you know, depending on the situation, which moments you have. If they're just base set, you get a ticket to the game or something like that. Like I think that would be some cool stuff.
So those are the types of things. So I really like to go to baseball games, right? So those are the types of things I'm excited for when MLB comes around, because MLB already has. And NBA might have it too, but the ballpark app, where when you show up to the ballpark and you have the ballpark app, certain privileges just pop up on your screen, whether it's discounts on better seats or concessions, things like that. So a lot of possibilities there, a lot of exciting stuff. So Mike asked about a China release, and I don't think so. It's come up in office hours. I don't think it necessarily came up in the notes on this office hours, but we expect it at some point in time. Just nobody knows when. And Dapper's not talking about a firm date, but I fully expect everything to kind of raise in value when China opens up.
Yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of talk about Chinese market. I didn't realize we've been talking for 37 minutes already. That seems crazy to me. I think we should open some packs here. I posted a link to the giveaway in the chat. I'll post it again. We'll do some giveaways here in a little bit. We can definitely open some packs. I think we both have a pack to open. We'll look at that. We'll probably do some giveaways specifically from that pack, or you know, maybe a Roby moment. I don't know. I got plenty of those to give away. So somebody asked earlier, what's your biggest moment purchasing blunder? For me, it was, but again, this was at the time of everything was going up, up, up. And so what I did was I committed to the Masters Challenge of completing it back in the day, committed without putting a ring on it, I guess, with the Luka moment. But I went and bought because I sold I sold a couple Kevin Durant moments and stuff for like a couple $1,200 moments to get back on this cool. And so I just overpaid for a bunch of stupid shit, which is now all under 100, and I could have saved a ton of money if I would have just waited. But timing the market is hard in any market, especially one like this. So I would say for me, it was probably purchasing those cool cats. I bought 4 or 5 of them for $400 or $500. And that was a big regretful moment, I would say.
Unfortunately, I don't make it any more interesting. I did the same thing, right? So I didn't complete the Luka challenge. So I was able to build up some Dapper balance by buying and selling and buying and selling Cool Cats 2, and then I got FOMO and bought Cool Cats 2, the entire collection, pretty damn high. So Tyler Hero, I always do that. Tyler Hero is the bane of my existence. So
yeah, I mean, I think that's the lesson to be had here: is stop trying to time the market and just buy buy stuff you want to buy. Maybe that's the lesson here.
I'm having a little bit of a hair malfunction out of the front of this hat. But we want to open a pack?
Yeah, let's open a pack. I'm gonna let everyone know we're opening packs on Twitter, and also doing some giveaways.
I think we got the sound too. So,
all right, here we go. Let's jam out.
Got it. Where are we gonna start?
1, 2, or 3.
What do you want?
Let's go backdoor.
Ooh. Oh my god.
Could not have been any more perfect.
Fucking Sie Teufel? You speak of the devil.
Oh, that was hilarious. Like, oh man. So who's gonna be in this next one? Are you gonna get a Luca?
Oh, I'm going. Yeah, there's gonna be a Zion right here.
Zion, if you call this.
Oh. Tobias Harris. Would not have picked Tobias Harris. Nice shot, though.
Oh, man. I'm going to have to cut that clip up later where you're talking about how Tyler Hero is the bane of your existence. And then it just goes right into it.
Ooh,
Steven Adams.
I saw him down at the bottom of the valuation chart, so it's fitting. A bunch of pretty egregious serial numbers here.
What was the hero you got?
22,599.
They were all upper half. Actually, the Tobias one wasn't, but was that his layup? His layup.
This is a jump shot.
3rd. No, I was talking about the hero one. I think that was but still, packs are plus EV because I think even the lowest moment is like $5 or something. So it's like you're getting $15 out of a $9 pack, regardless. So I feel like that's still something to consider. I think that's a good thing because if we got into the point where it wasn't, that would be. I'm trying to find the damn browser I shared earlier and I can't find it.
So, I can still hear the music and I stopped my screen. It's because I have the tab open still. I am an old. I'm a boomer. So, PAX is an interesting thing because also in the office hours, I mentioned they want to get back on that Tuesday, Thursday pack rotation. And I think there's still a ton of unreleased moments that can flood the market, but I know there's a large subset of people out there that think there's too many packs available right now, which kind of blows my mind. But the multiple pack drops are kind of diluting the market, I guess, and that's upsetting people in some places.
I'm pulling up my Top Shot account right now. I was trying to post another link for the giveaway because we'll do a giveaway right after this, but I think I seem to have lost it. Oh, there it is. All right. So giveaway. Nope, that's the YouTube link. That is not. That is. I am all over the place.
We need a producer, so submit your applications to Discord.
You got to be cheap. If you want to work for free and on the weekend, please submit your application to help us produce this show. Can I even delete? I don't even know if I can delete that comment. I think I posted the YouTube link to the same stream within there. I don't know. Anyways, it's been a rough morning. Let's see.
Yeah, Brett, the DMs don't stay open. I'm a married man. I gotta keep that locked down.
All right, so we should have that. Nope. Fuck. Guys, I'm having a rough time. I apologize. Share screen. I have to do the Chrome tab to do audio.
Brett, you got to get in Discord, and you can DM me on Discord.
All right, here we go. Where's my Pax at? Pax. Let's do it. Here we go. I'm going to get the Luca. Which door?
Right in the middle.
All right.
Don't even try to say it.
Isn't it Pascal?
That's what I would say.
Pascal. All right, so under 15,000 on that one. 1 or 3?
1. Did you get it to Tobias too? Ooh, you got Joel.
That's not too bad.
Yeah,
I'm all right with that one. This is a pretty decent pack so far. What are we going to end with here? What are we going to end with?
Kemba Walker.
3-pointer. Landry
Shamet.
Decent serial. Oh, no, that one's not. I thought that said 3,500. That's 33,500. So
up there. Yeah, that Joel's nice, though.
Yeah, the Joel's nice. What we'll do, I think we'll give away that Joel. Why don't we give away that Joel right now?
Let's go.
We'll give away this Joel right now. All right. So I'm gonna pull up the. Oh God, how do I stop this music? There we go. Let me pull up the entries for this so far. Where are we at? We have 47 people, so that'll be good. And then we'll do another one here in a little bit. But we'll start here. Make sure you guys didn't duplicate your damn entries, because I know you love to do that. Go ahead, fill in some silence while I do this, Ray.
You want me to fill this space, as I'm guessing. You want me to talk to these people?
I think I'll be ready here in a second. All right, so let's go ahead and go back to sharing the screen. Chrome tab. I'm getting better at this. Getting better. You think I'd have this like locked down by this point, but yeah, here we are. All right.
Did we do a giveaway last week?
We did some supporter package giveaways because moments were not available to gift at this point. So this will be one giveaway. There's still time to enter into the last one. You don't have to enter again. So this will be the Joel Embiid moment that I opened just a moment ago. Wait, can I even gift that right away?
Yeah, you'll have to wait 7 days. Where are we at on likes right now?
That's a great question. It's a great question. I guess whoever wins this will have to wait 7 days, or if I already have one of these moments, I might already have one. So we'll see. If I already have one, then I can definitely send that. We are at 31 likes, so I feel like that's pretty good. I think we get up to 50 by the end of the show. And I'll also give a Roby moment away at the end. But without
AMF,
further ado.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
AMF went over 5,500 Twitter followers. If we get to 50 likes, we'll get rid of that 5,500 serial Pat Beverly.
Okay.
And that's available now. I've had that for a while. So.
All right. So let's see who's going to be the winner of the Joel Embiid.
Yeah, don't worry. After this is done, we'll post the link again. If you're not in yet, you can get in. Feliz de Tommaso.
Yes, what he said.
Our Italian friends. So people are asking how to enter. So there's going to be a link in the chat. If you've already entered, you don't need to enter again. If you haven't got in yet, use that link.
Yes, I'm posting the link right here. Enter giveaway here. I spelled it wrong. God, I'm trying to go too fast.
It's all right.
So let's go ahead and remove that. Get back to chatting. Can't believe we're already at an hour.
I know, it's crazy.
I wonder if they're going to get to the point where we can, where we'll be able to, like give away right away. Like once they solve this bot issue in multi accounts, do you think they'll let us give away more quickly?
I think so. I think they have to eventually get to a place where, and somebody mentioned earlier that it's just a free and open market. I'm hopeful that all of this hyper focus on community over market is short term until they can scale up support and services and things like that, and then we can just have a free and open market. I think eventually they want to open up the Flow blockchain so you can take your moments to your personal wallet too, which will be big there. You'll be able to do whatever you want with it if it's in your own wallet. So
yeah, that'll be interesting because if they make that, then that goes against everything they've said about offsite transactions.
But everything is like that. In the beginning, they had a channel in their Discord for offsite transactions, and now offsite transactions are the devil. You know, so I really don't get it. But
yeah,
I think they realized that the user experience from offsite transactions was net negative. People were getting scammed. People were getting phished. It was a bad deal. But
yeah, and I see like protecting members, like that was kind of like we had an idea in the beginning and we didn't go through with it after the conversation, which was like almost acting like an escrow, where if you wanted to trade, you would send your moment. And this was when we could have multiple accounts. So like we would have created an add more funds account, and then we would have been the escrow there where like you would have sent 2 moments, right? Like almost like a gas fee of like, send us your shittiest like $5 moment as like
Isaiah Roby
to basically protect buyers. And like you would send both moments and then we would like automate the process of sending. But since then we backed off of that and decided just to focus on like tools. This Pat bet. Yes. So Mike Bunt.
If you're in already, you're in.
Yeah, if you already entered, you're in. You don't have to re-enter your name on the form. We will remove duplicates anyways, but make my life easier and don't do that. So that same form for the giveaway, and I'll post it one more time before we run it. Jeff had a question. Jeff over from our buddies Osimo. You guys liquidate with this fall off a cliff, or are you holding thinking you can actually add people to create more demand? So I haven't necessarily been selling to liquidate. I've had the ability to withdraw, but I haven't yet. I also don't have that massive of an account. Like even if I liquidated everything, we're talking about a few $1,000. I only put a few hundred into it. So I'm not like, I didn't tie up that much money into this at all because like I was never really a big sports card collector. I think I have like 2 that I bought. I got like a Matt Olson and fucking Marcus Simeon, who doesn't even play for the A's anymore. But this Matt Olson is a 25 out of 40 signed one. But I bought both of these for like $25, I think. I don't know.
I haven't liquidated anything. I've got the ability to withdraw, but I haven't withdrawn. I think this, in my opinion, is probably the worst time to liquidate. But if you're in it at all,
I think it depends when you got in, right?
Yeah, I guess that's true. But I mean, we got in at a pretty good time, and it's not a great time for me to liquidate. Now, if you got in at the very beginning.
That's also because I think we were still buying after that bull run up the 22nd. We were still buying at the peak. So I have a shit ton of moments still bought at the peak. I have no problem selling those off for a loss because overall I'm up money. So I have no problem selling for a loss if it gets me to something I want. Like, for example, the Ish Smiths. I bought too many Ish Smiths at like $600 for the MGLEs. And I would have no problem selling those off for $350 a piece to get to the Luca to complete the challenge, to take the loss to get somewhere. But I'm not going to just take the loss and like do a fire sale just to have money. Like that's not, I might as well hold because maybe it gets a little bit worse from here. But I feel my personal opinion, and remember to read this banner I'm about to click on. My personal opinion is I can't see the market getting below where it was before February 20th, right? Like that was like the run up from the 20th to the 22nd. Can it get below that? Yeah, absolutely. Like whole faith in the system could go away. But I have a strong feeling that it will not get below that. And I think we're at that point where it's like we're slightly above where that was. And I think this might be our new like baseline to buy moments on. And I'm hoping that the values go up and I'm not hamstringed to buy the Luca right now for that Masters Challenge. Now, if the Masters Challenge was ending like a week from now, I'd probably do a fire sale just to try to get it, to get the LaMelo lottery of trying to get a serial number. I think like 1,800 people have completed so far or something like that.
I think the market dynamics right now make liquidation probably pretty hard. I mean, there are definitely more sellers than buyers right now. So if you did go to liquidate your account, there might be some sticker shock there and what you actually get for it compared to what your moment ranks or your evaluate or so AMF has some ability. You could calculate account value, but I think you'd be surprised at what you actually get out of it.
Yeah, and that's another reason we haven't. I think account value is a little overrated. I think it's nice as a collector to know how much your stuff is worth. But I think there's a reason Top Shot isn't telling you directly how much your account's worth. But that doesn't mean we won't create something to give you insight into an account based on the best metrics we have available at some point. We just know there's like 8 other sites that have an account valuator. So we're focused on stuff that's going to be different. So we're really going to hone in on like some of our price alert stuff, like be able to get price alerts based on serial number. So like you want price alerts, but you want to know just in the top 100 serial numbers when something hits below an amount. You want to know an entire set or an entire challenge. You want to get a price alert on a challenge overall. So like, for example, for you, you would want to know like, or your custom tags, like you want to say like when all these tags, like, cause you can go through the site and you can tag stuff. I think that would be where we probably focus our efforts because we think we have the ability to deliver something that no one else has really done and really make that our core benefit at our site. But MLE's question is, what do you think about multiple packs in a single drop, like different tier packs? I'm assuming you mean like, having a legendary with a common type thing. And I don't know, maybe you can clarify in the chat what you mean exactly. Like, are you saying like you get to choose which one you want to buy?
I think that's the way that makes sense where, 300,000, 400,000 people, line up and you got to choose which tier you're going to go into. And you lock yourself into that.
3 separate queues in the beginning? Or
to me, that'd be a cool way to go about it. There's some game theory there.
You got to take your shot without knowing. I kind of like that idea. It's like, well, there's 50,000 common packs. There's 500 legendary packs. Do I just take my shot at this legendary or do I just get the common? But I think the legendary would price people out too. Like how many people are willing to spend $1,000 on a pack? My guess is probably less than 25,000 people.
And I'll bet you the way the market's been over the last 2 months, it's less than that last legendary pack that dropped.
What was the last one? Do you remember?
It was Super Bowl weekend, I believe. So early February.
Yeah. Do you remember how many people were waiting?
No, we talk about this every other week when we talk about me getting a pack. And I want to say it was about 125,000.
But how many of those would have actually bought $1,000 pack at that time? Do you think more people would have bought back then than today?
I think more people, because we were in a crazy marketplace at that point, and now it's been so depressed over the last couple of months. I would imagine that the actual number of people that would actually fork out the $1,000 is probably lower. I don't know. I say that like I've put a lot of thought into it, but that kind of strikes me that the way the market is right now should impact that, you would think, but also the user base has grown. So a lot of variables to that would need some thought.
Yeah, I'd be curious how many people would be willing to pull a trigger on $1,000. My guess is it would, like, while 100,000 people may enter the queue, I can't imagine there's that many people who would be spending $1,000 on a pack right now.
There's some
maybe
subset
though,
of people
because those
in
packs are still plus EV, where they could just flip that top moment and get their money back. So maybe they would, but maybe that's diminished by the amount of people who could actually withdraw. I don't know. Maybe I think there's just more poor people that just, and I that came off wrong, but like
how rich.
But like, honestly, like $1,000 is a lot of money.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, and I apologize. I didn't mean for that to come off that way. Like, not poor people, but like $1,000 of money that gets tied up in something that's not super liquid. That, like, I guess there's also a lot of irresponsible people who don't gamble within their means and don't spend within their means too. But like, $1,000 would give me heartburn if I knew I couldn't get it back. Like, if I had to deposit and couldn't get it back, but I'm a cheap ass, and like $1,000 bottle of whiskey, no problem. But
if you remember me for the week after the last one, man, I was in a bad spot. I was like, I need to get rid of this thing. I need to get rid of it. I wanted my initial investment back.
It's not like it's a huge sum of money, like, for either of us. Like, if we lost $1,000, it would still sting, but it's not like we have hundreds of millions of dollars to where like, it's $1,000. Who cares? Like, $1,000 is still a decent chunk of money, like, to me. And I make decent money. I have a decent amount of money in like savings and all that kind of stuff. But $1,000 is still a chunk of change that would potentially give me pause.
It's enough money that if I did something stupid and I was wrong, it would affect me. Just from a standpoint of, man, I really messed that up. And affect's probably the wrong word, but I would be hard on myself over that amount of money for sure.
Yeah. I think it'll be interesting to see. I mean, I'm going to try for it because I think my Dapper balance is pretty close to there, where I just need to do a fire sale on like one-ish to get it. And maybe I get lucky and get an awesome one that I can flip and get the Luca, and I'm there. Like,
so 150 Isaiah Robies.
I don't know that I have 150 yet.
I'll have to use the tool to figure out how many you've got.
I don't think I have 150. I do think I'm close to like maybe like 25 or 30. Here, we can find out real quick. He only has one moment. So one of the things from the Explorer grid, there's a number sold in the far right. If you click that, it jumps you right into the sales breakdown. Don't sell ish.
I'm not selling ish.
Any I might sell some reason ish. You store the wine bottles upside down. So that's a question I've never had to answer, but so each one of those bottles represents like different things. So the one in the middle is the bottle we brought back from our honeymoon in Paris. Never going to open it. We just brought it back as like a token. The one to the right of that middle one is a champagne that we got for the bridal shower. The one to the left of the middle is one that we got when we went to Napa for our 5-year anniversary. The one to the left of that was a vacation we just took up in Georgia. That's called the Shooter Ray Red right there. That dog's name is Shooter Ray, and he's awesome. He walks you around the whole winery. And the one on the far right is from St. Augustine at the Lighthouse. So we don't ever plan on actually drinking any of those 5 bottles that are up there. Those are just completely for show. I don't even know if you're not supposed to do that.
So do they store them upside down so that you keep the cork moist so it doesn't flake?
I have no idea. I just store it like that's how the wine holder is. All the other ones are sideways, but
I know with whiskey you're supposed to turn your whiskey every once in a while to keep the cork moist, the stopper. If
so
you've
the
got
alcohol doesn't eat it.
Yep, because it'll flake off and you'll end up with little flakes of the stopper in your juice. It's not good.
Yeah, but you can't store it sideways because then it'll definitely eat it.
Yeah, most of my whiskey doesn't make it to cork flaking age, but I'm trying to get better at that at building a collection. So hop into Discord. You hop into Discord, we'll be talking whiskey, we'll be talking baseball. Baseball's in full swing, certainly talking Top Shot, but you can get all those answers and more in the Discord.
So if you go to the Roby tool.
The Roby tool.
The Roby
brand
tool,
management.
Yeah, we're gonna call it the Roby tool. And yes, I own a bunch of these. I don't think I can affect the market. I just really love this moment. But so if we go to the moment sales of the Roby, I'm about to show you my diamond hands. So Matt, in the seller box.
No, you're not a seller. Zero.
Nope.
Ooh.
0 sales. Buyer. So I bought 25.
Yikes.
How
many have you gifted? You've gifted a few.
I've gifted like 3 or 4. I think I got one of these in a pack opening too. So I probably from the 25 I bought, I've given away 3 or 4. So I probably have like 20. And it's a low ask at $21. But what were we gonna do?
Let's give away a Pat Beverly. You got plans today? Let's give away this Pat Beverly and we can wrap it up and go enjoy some sunshine. I got some grilling to do today.
Yeah. All right. So last call. Enter at that link. If you've already entered, you don't have to do it again. We're gonna give away the Pat Beverly. Did we hit where we wanted to hit?
Where are we at on the likes?
It's a great question. We're at 41. Can we get 9 more likes?
9 more likes while we load this 50? Up. Let's do it.
Yeah. There we go. Already 2. Saw 2 right away up to 43. We have 44. There we go. Do I hear 45? 45.
45. 45.
Oh, 46. Do I hear 47? I can't do it. I don't have the voice for that. All right. So we're up to 48. We're going to be at 50 in no time. If you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe and like this video, which we are up to 50 likes now. That was quick. Really appreciate that. That helps us out a lot. Subscribing helps us out a lot. We're going to go ahead and you already got it loaded?
Yep.
Is this the moment you want to play it for everybody?
This is it, 5,500. So yeah, everybody's been great. Increase the followership on Twitter, so follow us there. Head over to Discord. We're having fun.
Yeah, and what I'll do is I'll put a link to the Discord in the chat after the stream is over. For those who didn't get a chance to click it, that'll be your chance. So we're up to like 66-ish people for the Pat Beverly. Let me go ahead and get
Emily hates Pat Beverly. So it's more about the serial number for me than the player, but I don't have any strong
serial number. 5,500.
5,500. Yeah.
There we go. What a smooth, even number. That's a
nice even number.
I wonder if there's anything that shows those types of serials going for more, or if people just don't care enough.
I think that's probably a weird one, but
yeah,
it correlates to the Twitter. So,
all right. So we have 66 folks. Here we go. Going to load this up into the wheel of names. If I can find that tab again. There we go. All right. And I know somebody reached out while we were doing the show and mentioned that they have some experience producing. So we'll be in touch to see what that looks like. One thing I wish I could do is like in the StreamYard, and maybe there's a way, and I just don't know how to do it, is to give somebody else, like, do they have to log in and create the stream, or can multiple people be the host? Like, I feel like being able, that would be a good feature to give somebody else like co-host abilities to be able to, or producer capabilities. But anyways, I'm yammering on. Everyone just wants to see if they won.
Win.
Here we go. Woo! I'm not even going to say it.
Harumir von CB. Harumir. Is that German?
Congrats. I have no idea. They entered their Top Shot name on the form, so I'll get that over to you, Ray, so you can send that off. For the Joel Embiid, I need to see if I can gift that right away. If not, I'll probably just send whatever, if I already have a Joel Embiid. There we go. He's in the chat. I always like it when the winner's right there. Remember, Discord link.
Check.
Discord link is going to go in the chat right after the video is done processing the stream. I'll post that in the chat. I'll pin it. If you haven't signed up for Add More Funds, you can join for free. Most of our features are free. There are some supporter features like price alerts, exporting, etc. We look forward to chatting with you guys, and thanks for tuning in with us on this Sunday afternoon. It's been rainy and gloomy here. Sun looks like it's about to try and come out, but
I'm hoping for you. It's nice here, so we're gonna get out and we'll probably get the pitching machine out and get at it.
There you go. How old is the hitter there?
He's 4. He's not great, but we're working on it. He's
the pitching. So what do you mean by pitching?
It's just a little pop-up machine. It just
okay,
saves my arm a little bit. So
gotcha. So instead of you tossing the ball up, wow. So you elevated him off the tee-ball. He's
oh yeah, I don't do tees. That's tee-balls for other people. It's not for me. It's not real. You should be able to hit a moving ball before I'm subjected to watch you for an hour.
Don't forget, if you guys are interested, tune into Pete's Club Top Shot later. I'll be trying to tune in to listen to that. I'm interested to hear what their thoughts are. I hear it's not going to be all roses. There's going to be some criticism in there as well. So I'm really interested to hear how we can talk constructively about this and just make it an overall better community. And I think full circle back to your question in the beginning, maybe let the community figure out what's best for the community and they figure out what's best for the market. That might be a good place to start.
Yep. And I'm betting the over. I'm hammering the over on 69 community mentions, Pete. So do me a solid, bub.
69. Who wants to go back and count how many times we said community?
Somebody watch it. Well, multiple people of you.
Maybe there's a transcription thing. I think there's like a transcription service.
I don't know.
Anyways, it's been great talking to the community.
Can you imagine what transcription would do with the names that we mentioned?
Oh, God. Who knows? All right. Well, take care, everyone. Thanks for joining. Thanks for joining. We'll see you next week on Living for the Moment. Links to follow us and join the site down below in the description. See you guys.